Experts have revealed why you should never hug your dog. It's furry, sweet, and loyal, so why wouldn't you treat your dog like a family member? And to most, that means plenty of hugs and affection. Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos. However, researchers are now revealing that by hugging our dogs, we're not acting in our pet's best interest. In fact, we're now being told not to cuddle with our dogs. There's no denying that pets, in particular dogs, have found their way into countless homes and hearts. Indeed, the American Pet Products Association, APPA, has researched pet statistics as part of its 2017-2018 National Pet Owner Survey. This survey found that almost half, 48%, of American homes have dogs. The APPA also found that the millennial generation dominates dog ownership, accounting for 35% of owners. Not only this, but they spend much more than previous generations of pet owners. Evidently, they splash the cash on pet products and pampering. Moreover, 78% of dog owners are spoiling their pooch with Christmas and birthday presents, and 23% of millennial owners have thrown a party for their pet. What's more, 17.5 million dog owners have adapted their holidays around their pets. They choose to stay in dog-friendly hotels so their four-legged pal isn't left out of the family holiday. No longer are family pets just seen as possessions. Instead, we're now viewing them as a family member, and important ones for that matter. According to the APPA, 71% of dog owners believe they bring families closer together. Additionally, 81% of dog owners believe that their pet brings them more happiness. At the same time, 61% believe pets lower their stress levels. And they're not wrong in these beliefs. A recent study concluded that pets can have a positive impact on our mental and physical health. Dog owners who relied on their pet for social needs were less lonely, less depressed, and generally happier. Naturally, few dog owners then would deny that they're happier when they're cuddling up with their loyal furry friend. Yet research may show that your dog is not as happy with this arrangement as you are. In fact, scientists are suggesting that dogs don't want our well-meaning hugs. Experts from the Kennel Club have voiced their opinions on this matter. They believe that behaving as though our pets were children is inappropriate because, unlike kids, dogs don't like to be hugged. The Kennel Club's Caroline Kisko explains, "Dogs are often considered part of the family. However, they're not human and may therefore react differently to certain interactions, such as hugging." Experts from Battersea Dogs and Cat Homes also agree with this opinion. Senior canine behaviorist Claire Matthews stated, "A hug might be a normal social greeting for humans, but it isn't for a dog. Subtle stress signals can be missed when you're hugging your pet, and this could lead to a negative reaction. So it's about recognizing when your dog is uncomfortable." Dr. Stanley Coren has even gone so far as to study dogs and their reactions to hugging. His expertise comes from being a canine behavior expert and a professor of psychology at the University of British Columbia. Dr. Coren believes that dogs exhibit signs of stress when embraced by their owners and wanted to investigate further. He looked at 250 pictures of dogs being hugged and their reactions to draw his conclusions. 8 out of 10 of these pets showed signs of stress which suggest a dislike or fear of hugs. These signs include flattened or pressed back ears, whites of their eyes showing, head turning away to avoid eye contact, excessive licking, yawning, or raising one paw. Of the images studied by Dr. Coren, 81.6% of them showed at least one of these signs of stress, but only 7.6% showed a dog at ease, and he couldn't see clear enough in the remaining 10.8% how the dogs felt. But what is it about hugging that causes dogs to display stress signals? Dr. Coren explains in an article for Psychology Today that dogs are technically cursorial animals, which is a term that indicates that they're designed for swift running. That implies that in times of stress or threat, the first line of defense that a dog uses is not his teeth, but rather his ability to run away. He then adds, behaviorists believe that depriving a dog of that course of action by immobilizing him with a hug can increase his stress level, and if the dog's anxiety becomes significantly intense, he may bite. Dr. Coren's advice: save your hugs for your two-footed family members and lovers. Additionally, he explains, it's clearly better from the dog's point of view if you express your fondness for your pet with a pat, a kind word, or maybe a treat. But before you get too disappointed and stop hugging your dog altogether, it's important to note that this research does have its limits. Dr. Koren himself has pointed out that he was basing his results solely on casual observations. Not only this, but the study has not been peer-reviewed, so other scientists haven't examined the results without bias. Peer reviewers may argue, in fact, that since choosing the dog's picture was done at random from online sources, Dr. Koren had little context to draw on. For example, he doesn't know the environment the dog was pictured in, or how it felt before the shot. The data, therefore, is far from providing conclusive evidence regarding how dogs feel about hugging. Evan McLean, the co-director of Duke's Canine Cognitive Center, does, however, believe this is interesting preliminary data, which might serve as a good starting point for a formal study. Koren's data has understandably received some criticism, including from Mashable UK's 25 Dogs Who Clearly Love Hugs article. Despite this, Koren is glad his data, while only preliminary, is getting so much media attention. He believes he's drawn attention to the dangers of triggering stresses. You may now be asking, can I hug my dog or not then? Unfortunately, we don't have a definitive answer. However, McLean states, I would advise against hugging dogs, at least in the conventional human form of hugging. This is essentially primate behavior. For example, we see similar embraces in non-human apes, but not something that dogs do with one another naturally. McLean then adds, however, there are lots of ways to have close body contact with dogs that don't require wrapping your arms around them in a confining manner.